Hello and welcome to the Count Triplets, the problem in dictionary and hash map in the series Hacker Rank Interview Preparation Kit. This particular problem comes under dictionary and hash maps. So, in order to solve this particular problem, we'll go with the step by step. First, I'll tell you the problem definition, then naive approach, then the optimized approach, and after that, we'll code. This problem is categorized as medium and for 35 marks. So in this particular problem, you are given an array and you need to find a number of indices, that is I, j, k, so that these are in the geometric progression. So if someone do not know what GP is or geometric progression is, these are series of numbers which have a common ratio. So let's say A is the first number, the second number would be AR, where R is ratio, and third number would be AR square. So they will have a common ratio in between, like 1, 2, 4 will have a common ratio of 2. So they have given this example 1, 4, 16, 14 and common ratio of 4, and they have asked how many pairs can be found. So we know that this is a one pair. This is the first pair, have the common ratio 4 and have 3 values which are in the increasing term. Secondly, we have again one pair, that is 4, 16, 64. So hence we can find how many number of pairs found, and we have to return how many pairs we found. So in order to solve this problem, we have two approaches. One first is basic approach or brute force naive solution, whatever you would like to say about that, and second one is optimized. So let's start with the brute force first. Let's check constraint first. So n is number of size of array, and that is in terms of 10 to the power 5. R is common ratio, so we need to take long or either long. We'll check about that in later. And all the values in array are in the terms of 10 to the power 9. Okay, so let's look at the brute force solution first. So this is the first example for which we'll find number of pairs. So what would be the basic solution is, we can take a for loop, let's say for transversing into array, and this will go from I is equal to 1 or 0 to number of length or number of elements that are present in the array. So we'll start with this one, and after this we know the common ratio is R, that is given as 2. So next number we need to find is 2. So what we'll do is we'll again take another for loop, and for this loop we'll start with I plus 1 because we have checked the last value, and here it will go till the end, and we'll check for the value that is AR. So let's take in this loop will be, let me take a different color. So first for loop will be finding A, in the second for loop we'll be finding AR, and if we find this we'll again have a third loop where we'll finding AR square. So this will be from, I can say, I plus 2 and till the end, and this particular value would be like for loop would be for AR square term. So what we are basically doing is we are starting transversal from here. First we encounter 1, so in second for loop we'll check if AR value is present. As of now A is 1 and R is 2, so that means if 2 is value present, we are again entering in the third loop. So we are checking for this 2 if AR square value is present. So AR square would be 2 and 2 to square will be 4. So we'll check if 4 is present. Yes, 4 is present. So we'll count number of pair here. So that will be 1, and the whole like process is complete for this. After this we'll check in this for loop if there is another second 2 present or AR term present. Yes, we have a term present, and for this term we'll again look if AR square is present. So it will be present here, and we'll again increment the count. So this way we'll get the 2 pairs. However, you can see that there are 3 for loops and numerous if conditions. So this basically solution falls in the terms of O to the power like O n cube term, and this is very massive. In order to solve this particular problem, we can solve this particular problem in n log n or even in the terms of O of n. So I'll show you how optimized solution works, but before directly jumping onto the solution, I want to draw your attention to the approach or how we can solve this particular problem with finding number of pairs. So let's start. Let me clear this up first. Okay, in order to build your logic, I would be first finding how many pairs that are present or exist which are in the terms of GP. So what we are going to find is simply A and AR square. So this is just to build your logic or how we can approach this particular problem. So I'll be taking pairs first, and after that we'll be moving to the triplets. So what we can do is we'll create a container. Let's say this is a container and call it a map. So what I'll be doing is basically I'll take a for loop. Only one for loop is needed in this for this, and this is for transversal to the end. So let me write down the elements that are present which we would be transversing. Okay, so what we are finding here is we are finding A and AR square term is present or not. So we are just finding if pairs are present. So let's do the transversal for I is equal to 1. So like at first index we'll encounter 1. So what we'll do is we'll check if 1 is present in this map or not. So if it is not present, what we'll do is simply multiply it by its R value. So we'll multiply 1 by 2 and this will give us 2, and we'll store this value in a key value pair fashion. So 2 is a key and value here would be number of frequency, like how many times that particular object or number repeated. So 1 is done. After that, okay, sorry, different color. 1 is done. So we'll come at 2. So we'll check if 2 exists here. If yes, we'll increment the count. So in the result variable, we'll increment the pairs. Okay. So 2 is present. So we'll increment the count, and for this 2, I'll have it multiplied by the common ratio R, and we'll increment value here. Okay. For this 2, we have got the solution. Okay. We again transversal transverse into array. Now we got 2 again. So we'll first check if 2 is present here. Yes, 2 is present. So we'll increment the value here for the number of pairs, and for this 2 again we'll multiply it by 2 common ratio, that will be 2, and this will give a 4, and we'll increment this value here because it already present. If it was not, we would have initialized, but it already present, hence I would be incrementing this value. Okay, 4 presents 2 times. Okay, this is also done. After this we'll encounter at 4. We'll check if 4 value is present in our map or not. Yes, it presents, and it is present for 2 number of times. So I'll add that to the result tab, and for this 4 I'll multiply it by common ratio. This will become 8, and I'll initialize of value there. Here 8 is repeated 1 number of time. However, okay, now the array ends and we don't have any elements to further transverse into. So this will be the result. So let's check by the common sense how many pairs we get for the common ratio. So we know that first will be 1 2, this pair. After that again 1 2 is present, so this 1 2, and for this 2 4 one pair will exist, and for next 2 4 for this pair another 2 4 will be present. So we know that these are the number of pairs which can be formed using this particular arithmetic or a way of solving problem. So we got the total correct number of pairs that were present in our array. So similarly, using this technique only, we can create we will be only creating another map instance here, and we'll solve the problem in the same way. So what we need to, in order to find triplet, what we need to do is we'll simply create another map, and we'll as we were storing AR values here, we'll be storing AR square values in this particular value, and we'll be checking if the value exists in this map or not. So let me clear this up. I'll take another example and we'll check how that works. Okay, let's take the same example in order to find triplets. So for the triplet method, or let me write 3 only to save time and space. So what we'll do is we'll simply create the existing array or container, and another container which will be holding values of AR square. So what in the previous problem in the pairs, what we are doing was we were simply calculating the values of AR, However, in this problem we will be also calculating the values of AR square if it is present in AR. So let's go ahead with this particular problem and I'll show you how this works. So we can move ahead with another example that will clear all the doubts if any. So let's again let's transfer. So common ratio given is 2. So what I'll do is I'll first check if the 1 value present here or not. So 1 is not present, so I'll move ahead. I'll multiply 1 by 2, that is common ratio, and I'll store this value 2 in this container here. Okay. After this, we'll come at second position. So we'll check if 2 value is present in the last, or let's call this a second map, and let's call this as a third map. We'll check if the value exists in the third map. No. So what we'll do is we'll multiply value here, the same common ratio, and the common ratio will be imprinted here, or the frequency will be counted, and we'll check now that it was not present here. We'll check if it's present here in this loop. If it is a present, we'll multiply it by 2 and we'll store the value here as well. Okay, so this is done. For this 2, we'll check if the value exists here. No, it does not. We'll check if value exists here. Yes. So what we'll do is we'll multiply it by 2 and increase the frequency here, and again because we would be incrementing frequency again here as well, so again we'll multiply it by 2 and this will again give us 4. So we'll increment this value as 2. After that, we'll come at the fourth position. So we'll check if the fourth is present in this particular loop or third map. Yes, it's present 2 number of times, so we'll update that value into the result. After that, we'll check if 4 is present here. Yes, it is present, so we'll multiply it by common ratio and we'll carry forward the frequency, so that will become 2 here again. After this, we'll come here, we'll multiply it by 2 and again add a key value pair here. Okay, because 4 was the last term and we don't have any elements to further transfers, so the result would be this given value. Okay, so number of pairs which can be formed are like 1, 2, 4 and again 1, 2, 4, because we have 2 2's in between, so that will make a 2 pair. So this is the approach. In order we can solve, we count number of triplets in O of n time, because these are only 2 containers and we can take an unordered map. So its operation are in the terms of O of 1 in the in the best case scenario. So that will make our solution O of n. So I'll take another example of 5, I think 525, something similar to it, and after that I'll code for this particular problem. Okay, let's start with another example. The only reason I'm taking this another example is to emphasize the concept, because code is very simple for this. So once you understand the logic behind the problem, it's very easy to write the code. So this is again a second map and this is a third map, and this map is for term AR and this map is for term AR square. So here again is a for loop. So we'll start transversing. So first we'll encounter 1. We'll check if 1 is present in the third map. It is not present. So what we'll do is simply multiply it by the common ratio. So that is 5 in this case. So let me change color, so that could be a different. Okay, so 5. So we'll increase frequency of 5 here. Okay, no issues. So this case is done. So we'll come at 5. We'll check if 5 is present in the third map. No, it's not. So what we'll do is we'll check if it's present in the second map. Yes, it is present. So we'll simply multiply it by the R common ratio and we'll increase its frequency here. Okay, and for this question also in the last, we'll again multiply it by 5, that is a common ratio, and we'll be increasing its frequency here. So this will become 25. I think my maps will be smaller for the test case. Okay, no issues. So again we'll come at 5. We'll check if 5 is present in the third map. No. So we'll check if 5 is present in the second. Yes. So we'll basically multiply it by 5 again because of common ratio, and it's increase its frequency of 25. And after this, because this is done, and 5 will be multiplying it again by 5 for the second maps scenario. So we'll be increasing frequency of 25 here. Okay, after this will come at 25th position, or the array in the transversal will come at 25. We'll check if the value 25 is present in our map, in the third map. Yes, it's present. So we'll what we'll say, we'll take this value in our result. So value present for the key 25 will be taken into our result. After this, what we'll do is we'll come here and check if 25 is present. Yes, if 25 is present, so we'll multiply it by the common ratio and will be stored here. So that would be 125, and we'll carry forward its frequency. So 2 will be transferred here. Okay, so far so good. And 125 will be initialized here. Okay, so 25 is done. So we'll come at 125. So for 125 we'll check if 125 is present. Yes, it's present. So we'll increase its frequency or the value into our answer, and after this we'll check if 125 is present here. Yes, so we'll multiply it by the common ratio, that will become 625, and it will be 1. So again for this we'll be again multiplying by the 5, so it will become 625 and frequency will be set to 1. Okay, after this we have no elements to transfer, so the given result will be the result which we are looking for. So this makes 4 pairs, and the number of total pairs or triplets we can make from this is also 4. So it could be 1 5 25, or this 1 5 25, or it could be 5 25 125, or this. Okay, so these are the 4 pairs. So I think I have explained in a simpler way as possible, and if you still have any doubt, do let me know in the comment so I can clear them. So let me write the code, and if there is a doubt, I am sure that will be get cleared. So let's start with the coding. Okay, let me add the basic library files and skeletal. Okay, the basic skeletal is ready. So after this will check for the constraints and how the input is being taken. So input is being taken in the terms of n, that is size of array, then r, common ratio, and the number of elements. And okay, 10 to the power 5. So okay, no issues. So we'll initialize value int. N will be initialized with int, sorry, because it's in the 10 to the power 5, and we'll initialize the ratio in the long. So let me initialize the answer or result here. Okay, after this you can take array values using for loop or a while loop, whatever you prefer. So we'll take a while loop here. So I'll be taking values that are value. I have to initialize that first also. So let me do that. So let me take the value as long. Okay, so the value is something we are taking into array. Okay, and before we proceed there, we have to take the values of n and r. Okay, so far so good. Okay, after this we have to create 2 maps as well, not two, two maps as well. So that would be a second map and third map. So what we can do is we'll check if there are number of test cases. So if there are number of test cases, so we'll put that into a, and okay, there are no test cases. So what can we basically do is we can initialize in the top only. So I'll take unordered map because I think I misspelled it. Unordered map. So what this will give us is, let me take this in the terms of long. Okay, what I was talking is sorry. So what this will give us the advantage over the map or multi-map is it's very efficient than the latter, and as of now for this particular problem we don't require map as such. So unordered map will be very very best thing to go with for this particular solution. So second map, and let's take a third map. Okay, so now what we'll do is, as we discussed in the problem, we'll first check if the value is present in our third map or not. So we can do that by using, let's say, if and third map. Let me write that down. So we have STL functions in C++ which can check if the value for that particular value exists. So then dot count function will tell how many how many values are present for that particular key. So this whole statement will tell if the value is present, and yes, how many number of times. So if the value is present, what we want to do is we'll increment our result by the value which is presiding there. So this will be third map and the value. Okay, I suppose I'm assuming you got this statement. After this, what we were doing, we were checking if the value was present in the second map. So we'll check again the value is present in the second map or not. So not second map. So we'll use the count function again. We'll check if value is present or not. So if value is present, what we'll do is we'll initialize the value AR square in the third matrix. So what we'll do is we simply multiply the value by R and we'll store it into third map's value. So what will be, this will be, sorry for my bad English. So this will be val into the common ratio, and this will be initialized with carry forward frequency. So this will be second map val. So far seems it's good. And after this, if in not it's not present or present, after this we are populating the second array with AR term. We are multiplying it by R and storing the value there. So it will be basically second map. I should have written small second. So this will be second map, the given value, and we multiply it by R and we'll just increment its frequency. So I think this is good and we don't require anything more. So let me check if this will work or not. So I'll see out result. Okay, let's check if this works or not. Okay, it passes all the test cases. So let's check if it passes the hidden test cases. It should be, because the code is very simple once you get the logic. And if you are someone who is trying to solve all the problems and getting stuck anywhere or looking for an optimized solution, do check other videos. And if you feel if there is any need on improvement or where I can improve, be it anything, be it code or speaking ability or something, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video and have a great rest of the day. Thank you.